Have you seen this headline? A top student from a prestigious Canadian university accepted into a master's program at Western suddenly had his admission online. Why? Because the government's own website said that his new study permit could take up to 172 days to process. He'd already signed a lease in a new city, his life was planned, and overnight, it was all thrown into chaos. This isn't just one student's story. This is a new reality for thousands of international students in Canada. The rules have changed. The path from student to permanent resident is narrower, and the stakes have never been higher. An internal government report even found that nearly 50,000 students with valid permits weren't attending their schools, triggering a massive crackdown on the entire system. If you are current or prospective international students in Canada with dreams of staying here long term, this video is a must-watch for you. The era of passively moving from graduation to PR is over. Today, I'm going to give you a clear, proactive, and compliance-focused strategy to navigate this new landscape. We'll cover what you need to do at every stage, from mastering your study permit to securing your post-graduation work permit and all the way to PR. And most importantly, we'll cover the critical mistakes you absolutely must not make. Let's get started. Hi, if you're new to my channel, I'm Bella. I'm a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. My job is to help aspiring immigrants like you develop a personalized strategy that makes your journey to Canada as simple and stress-free as possible. That's the work I do with my clients every day, and it's the same guidance I'll be sharing with you right here. First, the absolute foundation of your journey, your study permit. Think of it as a contract with Canada, and your number one job is to follow every single condition flawlessly. This means you must be enrolled at a designated learning institution or DLI, and you must be actively pursuing your studies. This isn't just about paying tuitions. It means making real, demonstrable progress towards finishing your program every single semester. You can take an authorized leave for things like a medical or family emergency, but it cannot be for more than 150 days, and it must be formally approved by your school. And listen very carefully to this part. You cannot work during an authorized leave, even if your permit says you can. This is a major violation that could jeopardize your entire future in Canada. Now, for one of the biggest and most disruptive changes, the one that caught the student in the news, it used to be simple to change schools. You just updated IRCC online, but not anymore. As of late 2024, if you are a post-secondary student and you want to change your DLI, whether from a college to a university or even from a Canadian high school to post-secondary institution, you must now apply for and receive a new study permit before you can start at the new school. The old 150-day grace period is gone. The concept of maintained status that lets you keep studying while an extension is processing has been severely curtailed for students changing schools. For most students, you must stop studying and wait for the new study permit to be approved. This is a deliberate policy by RCIC to increase scrutiny and filter out non-genuine students. It creates a de facto lock-in effect, making your initial choice of school more important than ever. So, what's the strategy here? You have to be proactive and meticulous. If you plan to change schools, you must apply for new study permit the second you get your new letter of acceptance. Don't wait. With processing time stretching for months, any delay could force you to deter your studies for an entire year. Your application needs to be perfect, with a strong letter explaining the academic or career reasons for your transfer. And let's talk about work. The off-campus work limit is now 24 hours per week during the academic term, and you must track your hours perfectly. This new rule for changing schools is a procedural minefield. Getting the timing or documentation wrong could cost you thousands of dollars and a full year of your life. If you're even thinking about transferring, don't guess. Use the link in the description to book a consultation, and we'll map out the safest and fastest strategy for your specific situation. Okay, you've graduated. Congratulations. Now comes the most critical bridge to your PR journey, the post-graduation work permit, or PGWP. But the rules for getting one have become much stricter. The basics are the same. You need to have graduated from an eligible DLI from a program of at least 8 months, maintained full status, and applied within 180 days of finishing your program. But here are the new gatekeepers. Effective November 1st, 2024. First, mandatory language tests. All PGWP applicants now need to prove their English or French skills. For university degree graduates like bachelor's, master's, or PhD, you need a CLB 7. For non-degree college graduates, you need a CLB 5. Second, a field of study requirement for some. If you are a non-university graduate, your program must be in a field linked to an occupation with a long-term labor shortage. Critically, graduates of bachelor's, master's, and PhD programs are completely exempt from this rule, no matter what they studied. This is a clear signal. Canada is prioritizing degree holders and funneling college graduates into specific economic streams. Also, be very careful about program eligibility. Students graduating from most public-private partnership college programs are now ineligible for a PGWP, and the rules for spousal open work permits have been tightened dramatically. As of January 21st, 2025, only spouses of students in master's programs of at least 16 months, PhD programs, or a few select professional degree programs can get an open work permit. Hi, if you've got any value from this video so far, don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. It will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And feel free to leave a comment or questions down below. Your choice of program now determines not just your own future, but your family's ability to join and support you in Canada. This decision is too important to get wrong. If you are prospective students trying to choose a program, let's talk. A strategic consultation now can save you from irreversible heartbreak later on, and the link is down below. With your PGWP in hand, the race to PR begins. You have a limited window, usually 3 years, to build a Canadian career profile you need. Your main target will likely be the Canadian Experience class, which is part of the Express Entry system. To qualify, you need at least 1 year of full-time skilled work experience in Canada. That's 1,560 hours in a job that is tier 0, 1, 2, or 3. And this is crucial. Work you did as a full-time student, like on a co-op permit, does not count towards this requirement. Simply meeting the minimum isn't enough. You need to maximize your comprehensive ranking system, or CRS score. You can do this by acing your language tests, getting more work experience, or completing a second credential. I have a whole other video dedicated to boosting your CRS score based on your different profiles, so be sure to check that out, and I'll put it up here. But the most powerful tool is a provincial nominee program, or PNP. Getting a nomination from a province adds 600 points to your CRS score, virtually guaranteeing you an invitation to apply for PR. Many provinces have streams specifically for graduates from their own institutions. This is a huge advantage. For example, Ontario's Master's and PhD graduate streams and BC's International Postgraduate stream for science and tech grads don't even require a job offer, removing the biggest hurdle for many new graduates. Provinces like Saskatchewan and Manitoba also have powerful streams that strongly favor students who graduate and get work experience locally. The message is clear. Where you choose to study has a massive impact on your PR options. Now, we need to talk about what you must never do. The system is stricter, and the consequences for breaking the rules are severe and often permanent. First, unauthorized work. Do not work more than your permitted 24 hours per week. Do not take cash jobs. If you're caught, you can be found inadmissible, issued an exclusion order, and banned from Canada for a year. This will create a permanent negative mark on your immigration file. Second, misrepresentation. This means lying or withholding important information on any application. And it's not just about forged documents. It includes failing to declare a family member or a previous visa refusal from another country. The penalty is a 5-year ban from Canada and a permanent record of fraud. Finally, and I cannot stress this enough, do not make a false refugee claim. The Canadian government has been very clear. Wanting a better job or education is not a valid reason for a refugee claim. Abusing the refugee system is a fraudulent path of no return. If your claim is found to be non-genuine, you will be removed from Canada and could be banned from ever returning. And please, be careful who you get advice from. Use only licensed Canadian immigration consultants or lawyers. The so-called ghost consultants can lead you into disaster, and you, the applicant, are always held 100% responsible for your application. I know this is a lot to take in. The path from student to permanent resident in Canada is no longer a simple progression. It's a competitive process that demands a real strategy. So let's recap the 3 core pillars of a successful journey in this new reality. 1. Meticulous upfront planning. Your choice of province, school, and program is a critical long-term immigration decision that impacts your PGWP, your family, and your PR options. 2. Unwavering compliance. Follow every rule of your study permit and work authorization perfectly. There's no room for error. 3. Targeted career development. Use your PGWP strategically to get that 1 year of skilled Canadian work experience you need for PR. The era of passive progression is over. But for students who are informed, proactive, and compliant, the Canadian dream is still very much alive. Success is not a matter of luck, but of strategy. You don't have to navigate this new complex system alone. If you're ready to take control of your future and build a personalized, strategic roadmap for your own journey, use the link in the description to book a one-on-one consultation with me. We're here to help you achieve your goals in the new Canada. And remember, the earlier you start to plan for your PR, the more likely you will obtain it with less hurdles on the way.
If you've made it this far to the video, thank you so much for your support. And if you get any value from this video, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe buttons because it will really help push my content to more people in your situation. And if you feel like this video will be helpful for somebody else, by all means, share it. And if you have any comments or experience you would like to share, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.